Oh, as promised, we are back in the kitchen with Chef Tom from Kroger with this delicious seafood etouffee.
Etouffee.
Etouffee. Remind everybody what you've made for us.
All right, it is the recipe I sent in was for a shrimp etouffee, which is a Creole dish it's made with a brown roux, which is a long cooked flour and oil roux, seasoned with Creole seasoning, paprika, salt, pepper, Tabasco, all that good stuff.
Yum.
It's also got the Trinity, as they call it down there, which is celery, green pepper, and onion.
Except for half the celery because Chef Tom knocked it over.
Yes. Well, I didn't need it all anyway.
I don't like it.
But we also had some nice crayfish and some nice scallops at work, so I brought some of those in too.
All right, let's give it a try.
Let's give it a shot.
Any trick to cooking crayfish? For the most part, when you get them, at least at Kroger, are they usually already cooked?
They're already cooked,
okay.
Yeah. I guess you would just boil them like a lobster. I've never cooked one raw. I've seen it done on TV, on the movies before.
Do they have a different flavor than shrimp or other stuff?
Yeah. It's a freshwater animal usually, so they're not quite as salty as say a lobster. I would put a little touch of hot sauce on.
No. Let me try it first.
I'm worried about my nose running here. I'm going to keep a tissue just in case things get a little loose in the old sinuses.
I feel like all month long, Chef Tom has been making our noses run.
Yeah, and to tone it down, I have some Ilchester farmhouse cheddar cheese and also some Ilchester beer cheese. They asked me earlier what beer's in it, and I honestly don't know, but it's pretty tasty stuff.
Oh, this is very tasty.
So.
You're right. The what you call it? Crawfish. The crawfish.
Crayfish, crawfish.
Crayfish.
Crawdaddies.
Mud bugs.
They do taste a little bit different.
They got a nice texture to them. And I don't think it's overly hot, do you?
No, actually, it's spiced just right. Actually, it's starting to bring a little heat, but no, it's good. It's not like overwhelming.
It's so good, and it didn't take that long to cook.
No.
So the secret was in the roux that you made at the beginning.
Yes.
You mentioned the crayfish, crawfish, how to cook them. I've seen actually people go basically, I don't know, what you call fishing for them? Basically grabbing them out of a creek and then put them right on a grill.
Yeah, what's that famous
When
David Lynch movie with the crayfish cook? It's down in New Orleans. I can't remember the name of it, but they're boiling them in a big pot like you would lobsters.
When I was little, we used to catch them in the creeks and stuff. Those and salamanders.
These were probably, the ones that I had at work were about that big, and the fishmonger that dished them up for me yesterday, Malachi, he's from Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, wow.
Serious crawfish country.
He's like the real deal.
These are babies. He's used to them being like this. If you don't want to go through the hassle of peeling and deveining shrimp and making shrimp stock, you can always use clam juice or chicken stock as your liquid for this.
All right.
I did go back and add a touch of water because it was a little thicker than I wanted it.
Yeah.
One thing if you're going to go to the trouble of making the brown roux, it does not thicken up as fast or as thick as a regular roux would.
Wow.
So.
What consistency are you looking for? Just kind of like drizzly?
On this, yeah. In culinary school, there's a French term called nappe, where you would take your finger, or say the tine of a fork, if you don't want to, and run it across the back. And see, it leaves that streak through there. And if it doesn't run back together, it's thick enough.
Okay.
All right.
Well, very good.
That's a great tip.
You brought this in, and for those observing Lent, this is a perfect dish if you're passing on the beef here.
Absolutely.
But you'll certainly impress your friends and family with this dish. We'll have it on our website, fox2127.com, a little bit later this morning. Chef Tom, fantastic stuff.
Thank you.
So good.